Welcome to WorksheetCloud Grade 9 English. I hope that you've had a lovely start to your day and that you are accomplishing things wherever you're going and what you're doing. I'm really looking forward to our lesson today. It's something a little bit different, and I think it's really going to help you in more than just one part of your English curriculum. So, firstly, I am Mrs. Nortier, and I'm going to be your English teacher for today. If you have a query or something that you're not sure about, you are most welcome to contact grade 9 at WorksheetCloud.com. You can see it there on your screen. And any extra notes or just any extra information that you require will then be made available to you. All right, so now that we've got some logistics out the way, I'm going to start off with a little bit of motivation that also ties in with our topic for today. So you can see in the picture that obviously this lady is speaking. There are words coming out of her mouth or letters. And I think it is so important that we understand that what we say and maybe even the way we say it can have such an effect on people. We have no right to say things that are hurtful and that are mean. We have every right to speak the truth, but the truth is not supposed to be about taking anyone's character and attacking it. So I would really like you to remember that as we go through this lesson today, because it is very much tied to what you say. And I think it's important that if you are more aware of your words and you are more aware of the impact of your words, it really will change sometimes that sort of instinct to be nasty. We all want to be defensive and nasty if we can't get our way or if we're lashing out. But we have to realize that in doing so, we are actually hurting someone's feelings. Okay, so just a bit of a note to think about the way you speak and what you say. So that, like I said, ties in with what we're doing today. We are looking at how to present a speech, both by writing a speech and speaking, presenting. So in other words, you know that when you have a writing exam or an essay, transactional format, you can write a speech as one of your options. And also, you will always do orals and speeches in every grade of your life during school. So today we're going to look at both different facets and what you can use to present and to write a really good speech. Okay, so we're going to start with the writing of the speech. And I know it might sound a bit strange, but the two actually have quite different formats when you write and when you speak. Because when you write, you are writing for an academic purpose. So therefore, you have to be a little bit more academic in the way that you structure. When you actually speak out a speech, you can obviously be a lot more fluid. You're not just going to stand like a robot. You're going to vary and change things up a bit. So we're first going to look at how do I approach a paper 3, writing a transactional speech as my text. Okay, so let me move myself out the way here for you. So your first paragraph of your written speech must greet your audience, right? So you must say good morning, good afternoon, good day, obviously accordingly. And you must state who you are addressing. Also important, you have to give rank order. So that means order of status. So your principal would be the highest rank at a school. So that's what I mean by rank order. You must clearly state when you write why you are speaking. Right, so let me quickly read to you an example where we put all these things into action. Good morning, principal, staff, and learners. As head of the Greenpeace Society, I am here today to talk to you about the important role that we all have to play in saving the environment. So what I've done here is I've given the greeting. There we go, good morning. I've in rank order addressed my audience and I've very clearly stated why I'm speaking. All right, so those are the elements of an opening paragraph for your speech. Then we get to your second paragraph. Your second paragraph is where you are going to discuss whatever your problem or your issue is with relation to your topic. It will always be something where you can present it like this. So we've already said we want to speak about being environmentally friendly. So now let's state some problems. I have noticed that a lot of litter is left on the fields after break. This consumption of plastic, tins, and wrappers is detrimental to the environment and is spreading pollution. Plastic pollution is poisonous and destroys groundwater, animal life, and human health. So there I have very clearly stated the problems and these effects that the problems are just, perpetuating the whole time. So I'm sure you can guess what the third paragraph is. For every problem, there must be a solution. So your speech is going to then give solutions to the problems you've just mentioned. So let's look at this one in context. In light of this, I have decided to start an anti-litter campaign at our school. Each grade will be allocated an area to keep clean, and we will encourage everyone to pick up after themselves and start being held accountable. There will be a prize awarded to the grade with the cleanest area every week. Right, so there I'm giving a whole lot of solutions, ideas, innovations that we use to solve our problem. Okay, so far, let's quickly recap. We've had an intro paragraph where we greeted, rank order of who we were greeting, why was I speaking. Second paragraph, problems. Third paragraph, solutions. Now we have to end off the speech. Your fourth paragraph must always try and tie in with some of these aspects. Quote, encourage, and thank the audience for listening. So here is my ending. I encourage every one of you before me to take part in this initiative. As Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. Thank you. All right, so guys, those are the steps to writing an effective speech. It cannot be any easier. Remember these 4 different paragraphs and remember what has to go into each paragraph, and you really cannot go wrong at all. So the written speech is what I said you'd use for your paper 3s. All right, so that is very much what you can remember for your transactional text, and here is really a foolproof, wonderful way for you to have a very set structure that is always going to help you. Right, now we get to the more nerve-wracking part of speeches, and that is the orals. I know it's scary. I'm a teacher, and I still can totally understand why standing in front of a crowd is scary. In front of my classroom, I'm fine, but when I now have to go speak, let's say in an assembly, I get so nervous, and it's so normal. But I think if we have a clear idea of how to present what we want to say, it just settles your nerves because it gives you a very clear structure of, okay, let me go through this, and then this, and before you know it, your speech is over, which I know is the goal as soon as we start speaking. Okay, so let's look at some examples and then also some critiques or some assistance. Let's first going to look at the examples, and then I'll have a look at, first going to look at the tips, and then we'll look at the example I'm going to use. So for your introduction, don't greet or state your topic. It can sound very, very cliche. So don't say, hello, I am Susan. I am here today to speak about the environment. It's not going to grab your audience. So you have to find a unique way that does captivate your audience. It doesn't just simply state the topic, but you're still saying what the topic is. So I've asked one of my grade 11 students, her name is Jordan Lee Moses, and she has agreed. I like listening to her speeches because she's always someone who puts a lot of effort and emotion into them. So her topic was why dwelling on the past, why thinking about the past constantly can be bad for you. And let's have a look at her introduction.
Rumination. There are two definitions. One, when cows chew on their cud over and over. Or two, when humans dwell on the past and repeat negative thoughts over and over. Both definitions greatly different from each other, yet there is some sort of similarity, and that is the repetition process. Ruminating, which is dwelling on the past, is like spinning your wheels in the mud. You don't seem to be getting anywhere, so you just keep spinning your wheels, faster and faster. You keep digging a hole, find yourself stuck, and dig deeper and deeper.
Right, so there Jordan has clearly given us the topic, but she never once sat and just stated it. She gave us a real life example, then she gave us a definition, then she gave us a bit of an idiom or idiomatic expression of kind of digging yourself into a hole. So she found various ways to tell us what her topic was, but she did so in a way that immediately will grab your attention because she used different techniques. Okay, so like I say, with your introduction, try not to just, sort of read off your exact topic. It's not going to connect with your audience. Now, when you develop your concepts, you have to make sure you do it clearly, logically, in an order. You don't want to be speaking here and then there, and then your crowd is not sure what you're actually doing or where you're going with your speech. Give examples. Real life examples are so great because people can always then relate. Vary your tone. You'll hear Jordan's very, very good at, she speaks a bit louder and then softer if she's being serious. She makes sure she emphasizes certain words. It really does also captivate. Make sure you make eye contact. You don't have to make eye contact continuously. It's also stressful knowing your oral off by heart. That's why you've got cue cards. Look down, and get your bearings and then look up again. So keep in mind that contact ensures connection. Your vocabulary. Try and avoid like, things, stuff. Try and make sure that your vocabulary has some big words in there. Even if you use a dictionary just to add a couple so that you make sure you are enhancing your speaking. Please don't just litter whole bunch of big words and then not make any sense. You also obviously still want to be yourself. Make sure that you show sensitivity to your topic. So if you're speaking about a serious issue, you must make sure that you actually take it seriously. And then involvement. Be involved in your topic. So, actually look as though you care about what you're speaking about, because otherwise, how is your audience supposed to care? So let's have a look now. I'm going to start Jordan's oral again, and then let's have a look at how she develops her entire argument.
We all have a past, and the past is what brought us to the present. It is not something to be ashamed of. However, it can become detrimental when we use it to negatively influence the decisions we make. Some people's pasts are like an anchor, dragging them down, so all their decisions are weighed down by this heavy burden. Examples of rumination include replaying conversations you've had, repeating in your mind your negative thoughts and experiences, or asking questions that you don't have the answer to, like why me, or why did this happen? You dwell on all your hurt and pain that you fail to realize that there is a way forward. Surely dwelling on the past can't be that bad. It's just your thoughts, right? Wrong. People who dwell on the past are more likely to get depressed and stay depressed. Studies have shown that these people are also more likely to have health issues. It can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, depression, insomnia, obesity, and anorexia. You feel tired all the time and you're unable to be productive and enjoy the little things that life has to offer you. If you live in the past, you cannot possibly expect to have a better future. We need to break this habit. Just like all grannies say, as cheesy as it may be, there is no use crying over spilt milk. As lovely as it sounds to be able to leave all these horrible memories behind, we need to understand why they stick in our head in the first place. Personality plays a role. Some people are more prone to ruminate than others. We all dwell on the past at one time or another, but some people just do it more often than others. Stressful events that have some sort of social component are also more likely to stick, such as presenting your oral to your teacher and messing up. Shame also appears to be linked to rumination and negative thoughts. Shame occurs when we fail to achieve our goals. This can cause us to overthink and feel as if we are not good enough. Dwelling on the past is reading the same chapter over and over again while expecting the ending to change. It's reopening wounds and allowing opportunities for self-sabotage. But there is a light at the end of this never-ending tunnel. We can prevent dwelling on the past through expressing ourselves more and letting go of the things that hurt us. We need to stop pointing fingers and blaming others. We need to focus on the present. Why waste any more time? But most importantly, we need to forgive those who have wronged us, including ourselves. Life is way too short to focus on the things that don't make you happy. And no matter how much you blame your real or imagined past for your present, you're still not going anywhere. And yes, I understand, it's comfortable. You don't have to take risks, so you won't get disappointed again. But is that really how you want to live life? I hope not.
Right, so there you can see Jordan really develops her entire oral well. She makes sure to give examples. She even gives some statistics, some research, just to add that bit of credibility. She makes sure to also add little anecdotes like the spilt milk and things like that, just to grab attention. And she always maintains quite a serious persona while she's speaking, but she makes good eye contact. And she also uses words like we to show she's involved in her oral. She's thought about this and she's really putting it out there. So I think that's a great way for you to see. And I know that not everyone can speak. It's not as though it's a natural skill for all of us to just stand up and speak in public. And it doesn't have to be. So yes, Jordan speaks very well. But if you're a bit of a shyer person, it's fine. As long as you're still able to follow that structure, you'll actually ease into it a bit more. No one's saying you need to be an actor, but what we ask, or what I am saying to you as a hint, is just following these tips. And like Jordan does, she really enunciates and emphasizes. It already just elevates her speaking. All right, so now we need to see what do we do at the end. So you want to end with a bang. You want to leave with maybe a rhetorical question because it will leave your audience thinking. Maybe you want to provide a quote, right? Because then again, it also has that nice sort of tying together at the end. And try and be encouraging. Everyone likes to have that feeling of encouragement towards the end of a speech, to know that they can also achieve the necessary. Let's have a look at Jordan's ending.
Bad things happen in this world. It's inevitable. It might be your fault or it might not be your fault, but moping around in regret, blame, and excuses is a dead end. We need to embrace our past and let it be a lesson to us. And as much as I'd hate to bring up another cheesy phrase, I'm still going to. We all make mistakes, and that's okay, just as long as we learn from them. If you're worried about yesterday, you can't enjoy today, and you definitely won't have a great tomorrow. I leave you with this quote by Harvey Mackay. Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And once you've lost it, you can never get it back. Thank you.
Here we go. You see there how Jordan was able to end her oral with encouragement, a quote. She left you wanting to think about it. And she also made sure to speak a little bit slower and softer at the end so she could really get her serious point across. Right, so I'm going to now do or show one more example before we end off. Also one of my grade 11s. Her name is Cherie. She also has given permission for me to use this. And her topic was how you perceive or see people. Right, so I'm going to let hers play out completely. So look for elements of introduction. How does she grab your attention? How does she illustrate her topic? How does she develop? And how does she then end it off so that you're left still thinking about it? Also, you will notice she is a very good speaker, but she's a very calm speaker. Again, she's not acting or throwing theatrics out. Both Jordan and Cherie, they speak very calmly and very confidently, but they're not, putting on a circus show, which is not what you have to do to get good marks for a speech.
If you look through pink color tinted glasses, you're going to see everything with the pink lens. If you look through green color tinted glasses, you're going to see everything with a green lens. It's your choice if you want to wear color tinted glasses or just plain glass. Beware of which lens you are looking through, warns certified counseling psychologist Carla Barr-Sobranian. We need to be wary of confirmation bias as it narrows our view on the world, affects our decision making, and has a negative impact on our relationship with others. Before discussing these points, we need to understand what confirmation bias is. The definition in the Cambridge Dictionary is the fact that people are more likely to notice or accept information if it appears to support what they already believe or expect. This means that we interpret everything just to support our beliefs. We remember what upholds our beliefs, and we ignore any information that challenges our beliefs. I like to refer to it as an "I'm always right" mindset. Firstly, confirmation bias narrows our view on the world. The website openeducation.com explains how it works in the article Aspects of Unconscious Confirmation Bias. You meet someone and unconsciously categorize or judge them. The stereotypes and social norms linked to those categories are linked to that individual. You are more likely to notice and remember behavior which is in the keeping of those categories or stereotypes into which you have placed them, thereby reinforcing your opinion of them in that category. This is just an example of how confirmation bias works. This can lead to awkward situations. If I label all elderly as hearing impaired like my grandmother, I will automatically speak louder in elderly company. This brings me to my second point. Confirmation bias affects your decision making, ranging from the choices you make in your personal life, the workplace, or financial choices. They can cost you your job, or in other cases, money. The researchers find that one of the most commonly found places of confirmation bias is in the minds of investors. On the website Forbes.com, Peter Lazaroff, personal finance advisor, wrote the article, How Investors Suffer from Confirmation Bias. He wrote, and I quote, "Investors tend to ask questions in which the answer would be a positive response to confirm our beliefs. This is problematic because these types of questions tend to be constraining, and the only way to answer them is with supporting data, rather than comprehensive data." The article also states this is why money is lost in investment. Confirmation bias thinking has a negative impact on your relationship with others. Faye Prey, professional speaker and certified counselor, writes on her website in the article, "Is confirmation bias hurting your relationship? That especially in times of anger, you see what you expect to see. For example, if you feel your partner never cleans up after themselves and you find that they have left a mug on their bedside table, you only focus on that. You completely miss all the other times they took their mug to the wash-up sink." This sounds very familiar to me. I think we can all agree this is like when your mom tells you that your room is always dirty, even though you cleaned it at least once this week. It just magically becomes dirty after a day or so. Functioning with a confirmation bias mind is something we need to be wary of. It cuts off any chance of broadening your view on the world, or affects your decision making and has a negative impact on your relationship with others. So, we should rather do away with our blue color tinted glasses, our orange color tinted glasses, and just look through plain glass to see the world as it truly is, not how we believe or want it to be. As Chris Jamie said, confirmation bias is the most effective way to go on living a lie.
So, as you can see there, Cherie really dealt with a very serious topic, and the way she enhanced it with her props, it was really, really clever, and she really found a great way to connect with the audience. I hope that these two ladies, Jordan and Cherie, have left you with some inspiration today for your own speeches. I really do think that they are excellent speakers and just really great examples to show you how you can present in a very, very calm and, sort of collected and cool way, and just to make sure you follow a structure that will always assist you. To end off, The way you speak to others can offer them joy, happiness, self-confidence, hope, trust, and enlightenment. So if you know that your words have the power for those emotions to be stirred up within someone, I think that will make you more aware of using it for positive growth. Thanks for watching Grade 9s. This lesson was brought to you by WorksheetCloud. I'll see you all again soon, and I hope till then you are practicing the way that you speak.